Mr. Secretary, you told Senator Schmidt yesterday that if the 8,000 plus service members who've been separated from the military due to the vaccine mandate want to reapply, that they're welcome to do so, but that you would do nothing to solicit their reapplication or to incentivize it. Why is that?
I think it's incumbent upon the individual to make that decision and reapply. The mechanisms are there.
Yeah, but why don't, I mean, you're overseeing a recruiting nightmare in our military right now. These are 8,000 patriots. And by the way, your department broke the law in administering the vaccine mandate. And that's not me saying so. That's the Inspector General for the Department of Defense who wrote on June 2nd of 2022, we found a trend of generalized assessments rather than the individualized assessment that is required by federal law.
The department did not break the law. The vaccine
so the DO, so wait, you mean the IG is wrong? You think the IG is wrong?
Mandate
he says he broke the law.
The lives of a number of
well, it ruined the lives of a number of people too. And it ruined the lives of people who love our country and want to re-enlist. Let me ask you this question. If we direct you by force of law to re-engage and incentivize the re-enlistment of these folks with full back pay and rank, do you have the capability to follow that instruction?
You put provisions in the law to enable those people those former service members to reapply in accordance with the service. Good.
Well, we will do that just like we had to put the repeal.
I just need to point something out for those of you who don't know. That is our Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. And I need you to take note of his smugness, that he shouldn't even be there, that how dare you question me. And look what he said. If those people, these are the people that due to a mandate that was unlawfully instituted, due to a mandate, like, all right, well, tell you what, those people can, and he had to did you see, hold on a second. Listen.
Ruined the lives of a number of people too. And it ruined the lives of people who love our country and want to re-enlist. Let me ask you this question. If we direct you by force of law to re-engage and incentivize the re-enlistment of these folks with full back pay and rank, do you have the capability to follow that instruction?
You put provisions in the law to enable those people those former service members to.
See that? That slight correction? He has a disdain for them. How dare you not inject something into your body that I told you to inject into your body? You do it because I told you to do it. The smugness that is on display here, see, and this whole, and I'm sorry, this is really not about Pete, appointment to Secretary of Defense, Hegseth. I think it's Hegseth. But this is why they need to be replaced. That looking down their nose at the rest of us, like you don't understand what's happening here. You don't know. You don't want to know the truth. It's like this smugness. This really bugs me. But as I'm sure you understand, Matt Gaetz has been tapped to be our new AG. He will be replacing the dismal, horrible Merrick Garland. That's right. It will be Matt Gaetz. I'm telling you, Donald Trump is going full mega. I mean, he is going full mega. And there's another appointment that is even more bonkers than this.
To reapply in accordance with the service.
Good. Well, we will do that just like we had to put the repeal of the vax mandate in the law. And I get the sense that the only reason you're not reaching out to these folks is pride. because otherwise they would be totally able to serve, and it seems that your personal pride is getting in the way. So going from the deeply serious things that we're not doing, re-engaging these 8,000 folks, to the deeply unserious things that we are doing, go ahead and put up the first slide. I guess my question is, how much taxpayer money should go to fund drag queen story hours on military bases?
You know, drag queen story hours is not something that the department funds.
Well, wait a second. That's actually not what the record seems to suggest. You were going to fund one at Ramstein Air Force Base. That one got canceled, but that's DOD insignia. That's a drag queen story hour for children. Then also at Malmstrom Air Force Base outside of Great Falls, Montana, you had a drag queen story hour for kids. At the Joint Base Langley Eustis, you put on a drag queen story hour on a Saturday for the first ever kid-friendly diversity, equity, inclusion summer festival. And at Nellis Air Force Base, you had the Drag You Nellis on June 17th. Who funded these things, Mr. Secretary?
Listen, drag shows are not something that the Department of Defense supports or funds. So.
But wait, why are they happening on military bases? I just showed you the evidence. Why are they happening?
I will say again, this is not something that we support or fund.
Well, so you think hosting a drag queen story hour on a military base isn't supporting the drag queen story hour?
I stand by what I just said.
But
like, I see this. That's the stuff that just these smug, arrogant, I can do whatever I want because I have the title. Lloyd Austin personifies that. Get out of here. Good riddance. I mean, he's just looking at him like, how dare you question me? It's like, how in the world do you have drag queen story hour on a military base, but you're not supporting it?
You may stand by it, but it's belied by the evidence over and over again. I mean, are you aware of the piece, Biden's military, Air Force Base in Montana holds drag show, drag queen story hour for kids in the Western Journal. Are you aware of that?
Again, I will say what I've said before.
You're saying what you're saying, but I guess it just doesn't comport with the facts. General Milley, this will be my last time to question you. You mentioned 2 years ago that you wanted to better understand white rage. And so my question is this: did you read this book?
No, not at all.
It is What is White Privilege is the book, and it's actually written by a DOD official, a senior official in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and there are now hundreds of these books in dozens of schools, and I wonder if you guys connect this to your problems with recruiting.
I've never read it, never seen it. Frankly, I don't even think about that stuff. I think about
go ahead and put up the next slide.
About the readiness of the force.
Go ahead and put up the next slide, please. Okay, well, in the next slide, this is a tweet by one of your employees in charge of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it's patently racist. They say that she had to give Karen the business, that she talks about caudacity, presumably of Caucasian people. So I guess,
terrible.
Why does the...
look at it.
Well, why is that person
You're not
so
getting an
low?
argument from me. That's terrible. It's wrong. She shouldn't be doing that, period.
Should she be fired?
That's a DOD employee, not U.S. military uniform.
Should they be fired, Secretary Austin?
Again, as you heard in your subcommittee here, this incident was investigated, and they're
still employed. Mr. Chairman, I have a serious...
So imagine if a white person had said something in the opposite. Do you think that they would be protecting him? I'm showing you this so that you could see why Donald Trump has to fire everybody. They all need to go, and they can't just be replaced with their understudies, because their understudies are the same iteration. They have to be replaced by America First people. Matt Gaetz. And wait till you see the next one. Again, hold on a second, because maybe, hang on a second, hold on a second, because it doesn't stop with Matt Gaetz being the AG, replacing Merrick Garland. That's right. Trump taps Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. This is like, it's almost, and I'm not going to say it, it's almost too good to be true. President-elect Donald Trump tapped former Representative Tulsi Gabbard on Wednesday to serve as the Director of National Intelligence. Quote, "I am glad to announce the former Congresswoman Lieutenant Colonel Tulsi Gabbard will serve as Director of the National Intelligence," Trump said. "For over 2 decades, Tulsi has fought for our country and the freedoms of all Americans. As a former candidate for the Democrat presidential nomination, she has broad support in both parties. She is now a proud Republican. I know Tulsi will bring the fearless spirit that has defined her illustrious career to our intelligence community, championing our constitutional rights and securing peace through strength. Tulsi will make us proud." I think my theory is coming to fruition. He's going to people who show fidelity to the country and the rule of law. Those are the people he's picking. Some of this stuff is almost, I mean, it's almost as if he's like, okay, I made some bad picks before. You know, John Bolton, these god-awful, know-it-all people like Mark Milley, Lloyd Austin, you know, well, I mean, that's, you know, Biden, but you understand what I mean? Like, you know what he was doing? He was appointing swamp creatures. And now he's appointing people who are not members of the swamp. So now you got to know the swamp is not going to take that lying down. No. You got to know that they're not going to take that lying down. But putting people at the top, which I'm hoping that Tulsi and Matt Gaetz and Pete Hegseth can bring to bear everything that they have people under them that they can trust, because it's going to have to go at least 3 deep. You can't just get rid of the top and expect it to be fine. I told you guys this a month ago, even before the election, that if he does win, that guess what? He is going to have to not only fire everybody, but he's got to go deep. He's got to go at least 3 deep. So just replacing the heads is great, but then those heads are going to have to start firing people. Pete, Tulsi, Matt, they need to start firing people. And I don't want to hear about a pension. I don't want to hear about that crap. You serve the people of the United States, not yourself. These horrible people. Like, you see, like, Christopher Wray will go there. It's like he won't even answer questions. He's like, well, I'm not going to talk about that. What do you mean you're not going to talk about that? This is an oversight committee. So I'm telling you, and I think I am on solid ground, he is calling a dream team, man. He is putting everybody to work. By the way, he tapped Oh my gosh, hold on a second. Because I do believe that he did, let's see here. I think he has put, let's see. I think he put Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Oh, I forget. I don't know what because it's like, I think it's a brand new department like that he is going to have. And so, you know, he is redoing our government. And all the picks he's making, it tickles me because he's just thumbing his nose at the establishment. And in my mind, I think that and I really believe this, winning the popular vote is like, okay, look, man, people are done. Close the border, bring our economy back. Let's get going here because this is ridiculous. This is America. Okay, this is the candle on the mountaintop. This is the shining city, and it's been crapped on by Biden and Harris. All right, guys, that's it for now. Hey, if you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.